Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. You know what time it is. It is Thursday night, and welcome to Live with Colby Rebel, yours truly. So I am so excited. So tonight we are going to do another rapid fire. We had so much fun last week that I thought, well, let's do it again. So if you're going to give us a call, the number is 323-992-3115. 323-992-3115. And if you've gotten through the call line in the last few weeks, we're just going to ask that you hang up or not call in, because it only holds so many call lines. And then if you're using it and you already got a reading, do me a favor, just hang up and let someone else try to get a reading tonight, okay? And this is going to be rapid fire, a lot of fun. Have your question ready. Don't call in and say, oh, whatever you get. No. Rapid fire. Quick question. What do you want to know? And let's do it. I'm excited. We had so much fun last week, so I had to do this again. But before we get to the callers, there is so much going on. Next week, I'm going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So Tulsa's super, super cool. It's like a mini Nashville, I think. It's a very cool city. And I get to return to work with my friend Brandy Christman. So we've got this event. So anyone near Tulsa, but we're actually going to be doing the show live next week from Tulsa. So that will be a lot of fun. I'm going to have Brandy on with me, and we're going to have a blast. So, make sure you tune in next week for sure. But if you're in Tulsa, near Tulsa, I'm teaching a class there, and we're doing the event. So make sure you grab a ticket. So, and then when I get back at the end of the month, I am doing an event, Love from Above. It is out in what's that called? Camarillo. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm with my friend Karen Anderson, who's an amazing love bug, that is what she loves to say. And we're going to be doing messages. And that's, pretty close to Mother's Day. So it's kind of a nice way to bring the love into the air. And that's an afternoon event on a Sunday. So there's a lot happening, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. My event in New Jersey, the Adelphia's event, remember that one? Dinner with Spirit? Well, it's sold out. And I'll tell you, my South Jersey peeps, they sure do know how to represent, and I can't wait. But I am going to do an event and a class in Philadelphia. So I am teaching an intuition class, beginning psychic. Yep. And that is going to be May 5th. It's a Saturday, May 5th. So I'm really looking forward to that. So if you're even near Philly and you want to learn how to tune into your intuition or learn psychic, kind of understand mediumship, join us for this workshop. It's going to be really fun. And then in the afternoon, I am doing spirit messages. So that's a separate event. So you can get tickets for one or both and come in and join, because it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. And then the following weekend, New Jersey was so busy, we actually had to book another event. And this is going to be a Fiesta Friday. So this is going to be a lot of fun and, really looking forward to it. So if you didn't get the Dinner with Spirit tickets and you missed those, this is a Friday night event, really right before Mother's Day. And so you can come out and join me for this event. I don't get your dinner at this event, this one, but you can buy your dinner at this one. So, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So a lot happening, a lot going on. so much. But also, you know what? So this Sunday, I will be back in this studio. I will be here. I will be back, but for another show here called Charmed Life with Trisha Carr. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really, really looking forward to coming and being a guest on her show. It's going to be 11 a.m. Pacific time this Sunday, April 15th. Tax day. You know, I used to do taxes. I think some of you know that, right? And it just shows you how long I've been out of the tax world, because one of my good friends is a CPA, and I almost called her today on my way to the show. It is April 12th. Never call any accountant ever near April 12th, ever. Like, you got to just leave them alone till after the 15th, then you're allowed. And I can't believe I almost called. I was like, ooh, it's been a while since I've done a tax return. So, anyhow, I hope you guys are doing well and you're ready tonight to, call in with your question. And there's a lot of callers in line here. So here's what we're going to do. As you know, the rules of the game here: turn down your noise so there's no ringing, dinging, and blinging during your airtime should you get through. We know there's a little bit of a delay, so just try to bear with it. And, make sure you put that phone up to your ear so we don't all hear that echo. That's not attractive for the people listening in on your question. All right. And like I said, if you've gotten through the last couple shows, please be courteous. Hang up that phone. Let someone else have a chance to get through tonight. You're allowed to call back at another time, but let's just kind of try to cycle everybody through the best that we can. Sound fair enough? I think that sounds fair enough, right? I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to get started. I hope you guys are too. So how about we start with number 21, 310. That's a local person, actually. So number 21, 310. Who is this?
Hi, this is Emily.
I'm sorry, this is who?
Emily. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. How you doing, Emily?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm doing great, and thanks for calling in tonight. What can I answer for you?
Well, I am calling to see if there's anyone around.
Okay, well, this is going to be rapid fire. So is there anyone in particular you'd like to connect to? That's okay. Is there anyone in particular? Because otherwise I'll open it. Just take too long.
Around, so that would be cool.
Well,
I know it could take a minute.
Yeah, no. Let's just see if we can kind of connect and see if she's there. And if it does sound like someone else that is in spirit for you, then just let me know, because it is what it is, right? I wish it was as easy as 100%. A telephone call. All right. I am tuning into a lady that feels like she was really kind of ahead of her time. Like, she doesn't feel too old-fashioned to me. She feels a little more like very sharp, very kind of funny, witty. And I keep wanting to get a little bit ahead of her time. So does that make sense around this grandma?
100%.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
okay.
True trailblazer.
Okay, because she just gives me she just gives me this feeling of not liking. She doesn't want to be known as a grandma.
Yeah.
So I think she was just, the love for you she's got is enormous, but I think I really feel like she had a lot of energy, like she just gives me this feeling of not being held back and a lot of energy about her. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's also giving me
really cool lady.
Yeah, she's giving me the feeling too of having a fashion sense to her, because I feel like she's got a real nice style to her. You know what's also interesting? I wonder if she wore slacks, because I keep seeing slacks with her, and I just feel like that's so ahead of her time, the fact that she's wearing pants. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she
okay.
loves her slacks.
Yeah, it's and that to me was really really because again, I think if we're going to go back in time, there'd be a lot more skirts and things like that, but she's showing me nice pressed slacks. So, and I know everything's ironed. She likes everything ironed. So, she's showing me colors as well. So I'm seeing a lot of different colors. It's like she liked to wear colors, especially spring. There's something about spring that she really enjoys. So is there a connection to the month of March or April with her that you can connect to, Emily?
Well, my birthday's April.
There you go. Perfect. There you go.
No, April too.
Yeah, I have a feeling that she's wishing you a happy birthday here because it was like spring flowers and then making sure I mentioned March or April. So there's also this feeling of letting you know that there's a transition she's showing me for you. Like I feel like she's showing me a tassel, like on your hat, not these kind of tassels, honey, but the tassel over your head.
Tassel. I thought you said a castle. I'm sorry.
No, tassel. Like so there's got to be a celebration or an honor or a new degree. There's something that is like a big celebration for you at the moment. Does that make sense? Did you just finish a program or is there she's showing me the tassel, which definitely gives me a feeling of smart education, a new move, like career move. There's something around this for you that just feels she's very, very, very proud of you. Okay. So
you know what? I did get a new job a few months ago. So
okay.
That could be it.
There you go. Perfect.
Going into Reiki.
Perfect. I think that is wonderful. She's also showing me travel for you because I feel like you are going international somewhere because she keeps wanting to take me back to like England or something along those lines. So I do feel like there's some sort of travel coming up as well. Okay. So yes. And I do feel like she just gives me the feeling of loving to travel. So I know she's going to get in the suitcase with you because she loves to travel, this lady. She keeps just giving me this feeling of like telling you to look at the world. The world is your oyster, kind of all those things, you know? So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. She just gives me this feeling of, I just want to say with you, like with her, there just is such a refinement about her. You know, there's just such a grace and such a refinement and just this feeling of letting you know how much she's around you and how much she is excited for you. There's just, this is like a whole new beginning and it just feels very, very exciting. And I just feel like she's so happy to be by you and with you. Okay.
Oh, thank you. That's really neat.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I would do longer, but it's rapid fire tonight. So that is.
I totally get it. I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Emily, you are so welcome and you have a beautiful night, okay?
Thanks, you too.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. All right, so let us do another caller. How about, I can't read 35. Is that 317? 35. Or 15, sorry. Well, sorry. 317. Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead. All right, we got 317 on the air. Who is this? Oh, 317. Going once, twice.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, who is this?
This is Yvonne. They didn't give me no numbers, so I'm not really sure how this works.
Well, we gave your area code, so you just start talking. Do you have a question for me tonight, Yvonne?
Yeah, hi, and I just started following you.
Yay!
And, I'm definitely enjoying watching your show on live on Facebook.
Oh, thank you.
I really, I guess just whatever you feel or see or who might be around. I'm not.
All right.
I've lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Okay, so let's just start, and then just hang on one second, Yvonne. For anyone else who gets through, because I want to try to take as many, if there is a specific loved one, let me know, or come through with a specific psychic question, just because it will help us keep it faster pace.
Okay.
But Yvonne, I will tell you, there's definitely a male with you. I will say your mother is with you as well, because your mother has got to be in spirit. Am I right? Because there's just this lady here that keeps talking to me, but your dad is making himself way more present. So would you understand both parents being in the spirit world?
Well, my mother is still with me, but my father passed in 2006.
Okay,
So,
hang on
and
one
he was
second.
pretty he
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
pretty dominant.
Okay, hang on one second. Let me do this because I just feel like your dad steps forward really strong for you. He is talking about your mother though, so I'm not sure what's going on with your mother if she's experiencing some health issues at the moment. But dad is definitely acknowledging.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, he's definitely acknowledging her, but he comes through and he just comes through so strong, like barreling through the door. And I feel like he reminds me a little bit of like Fred Flintstone, just kind of that mighty man kind of, walking in the door, being loud, or definitely have a booming voice. Does that make sense around dad? Like he just kind of would own the space.
Yeah, that was Pops.
Okay. He makes me. Now, I'm just kind of curious. Is there a Fred in the family? Because it's just odd that Fred Flintstone would come in. So I'm just kind of curious if you can connect to the name Fred at all, in living or in spirit.
Not at all.
Okay. All right.
No, not at all.
Okay, because he definitely kind of gave me that personality. But sometimes when they give you something like that, they're actually giving you a name. So I thought I would just ask. But if the name Fred does come forward, then you make sure you put it in the Facebook comments, okay? I'm getting the feeling.
I will, I promise.
Okay, thank you. I'm getting the feeling with dad too. He gives me dad gives me the feeling of he feels a little bigger to me. Again, I guess I get this real kind of a big feeling, but he also feels warm. So even though he had a bit of a bark, it's like he's a bear. Do you know what I mean? Like very lovable. And I do get the feeling with him. Now, dad also gives me the feeling of he keeps bringing me to his chest. So I feel like he passed from something in the chest. Would that make sense to you? Because I'm definitely having trouble in my chest area, and he may have smoked or been a smoker when he was younger. So can you connect to the smoking with him? Okay. Do you also connect with the heart or the chest as being part of an illness with him for passing?
He died from they had accidentally cut his colon, stomach area, and he went septic.
Okay, there's something where he keeps bringing me to his chest area, okay? And I keep feeling complications in his breathing. And I definitely keep feeling like when someone is wheezing in a way. So there's definitely a connection to that. Would you understand that at all with him?
He was on life support when he...
Okay. Okay, because I feel like I feel like that was, and I will tell you, he's a very independent person, so I think that this was not an easy thing for him. He didn't really like anyone helping him, so I think him being a little helpless or in this circumstance felt very, very difficult for him. He also gives me this feeling, too, of really kind of old-fashioned in a way, like he's not... He's a good dad. He's always this real good dad, but he's not super involved with the family. Like it's almost like I got to have my paper and I'm just going to do my thing and let everybody else do their thing. Does that make sense? Like I'm going to read my paper.
Exactly.
Yeah, read my paper. You all go do your thing. I'm going to do my thing here. And I just feel like dad wants to step forward. You know, again, there are some challenges with your mom at the moment. And I feel like dad wants to step forward with love and letting her know that he loves her and letting you know that he is grateful for your support, because I feel like you're starting to step in or having to be there. There's also something with mom maybe not being able to either she's getting more forgetful, but it just makes me feel like I'm being drawn to one side of her that it feels like it's more ailing. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, and I feel like dad is letting you know that he's there. So he's on the other side giving support during this. I want to call it a transition, not the transition of her by any means, but just that transition of the relationship changing, right? Because we're really seeing like she's more fragile, and she'd always been kind of strong lady, so she's more fragile and not always remembering everything. And I feel like dad is saying, listen, you know, she's still mom. Then never forget that she's mom, okay? So
I do, hon, every day.
oh, good, good. All right, Yvonne, I could read you all day long, honey. I'll tell you, they're all lining up for you, but because we're doing rapid fire, I gotta kind of get through here. But I will let you know that Dad sends his
That's
love to
okay,
you.
hon.
Okay, and I will say to you,
Well, tell them all I love them.
oh, you know what? They know it. They know it, and much love to you, to your mother. Okay, hon. Much love to her.
Thank,
You're
thank you, hon, and thank you for what you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And you have a good night, okay?
You too, hon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, it's hard, you guys. It's really, when we have a loved one and that loved one we're seeing age, right? And it happens and we're seeing the changes and it's hard. I think we realize that the physical life is so limited. So do as much as you can. Tell someone that you love them while you have the chance. We can't take time for granted by any means. Let us do another caller. How about 815-26? I don't even know where these are, so it should be interesting. Hey,
Hello.
Hi, 815. This is Colby. Who is this?
Brandy, thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, thank you for calling in, Brandy. Brandy, where is 815? I'm just curious.
Lockport, Illinois.
Oh, that's funny. That's in the Midwest, right? I thought it was in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at my little Scooby sense. At least knew where you're in the middle. Brandy, what can I do for you tonight, hon?
I was thinking more about my career, where I should go, how I should move forward.
Okay. I'm getting this feeling that where you are, I almost feel like you have to stretch outside of where you are at the moment, because I keep feeling where you are is either you're in a smaller town or there's just not a lot of options. Does that make sense? Because when I looked at your career, I'm like, the options. We got to kind of sort out these options. There's not a ton of them for you.
Yes.
Okay. I also feel like there's a change though in what you're going to be doing. So I feel like it's looking outside of it, but I keep seeing a bigger city. So I don't know if you've been thinking about moving, but Brandy, I keep seeing something bigger, like going outside of where you are. So have you thought about moving, or I got to get to the bigger city to kind of look for this opportunity?
Not really. No, we just bought a house in Lockport.
Okay. I don't know where that is, but is that a small town?
Kind of smaller. I mean, it just depends on what I want to do with my career. I've been told a lot of times that I have a spiritual ability, that I need to move more into that career.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where that is.
Yeah, well, to me, it feels like it's more energy work. So I don't know if you've kind of really looked into more energy, but when I tune in, I just keep feeling that there's more energy, but I also keep feeling like there's a bigger, so I feel like, here's what I'm going to say this, because this is what I do know. There's training that you take, but it's in a bigger city. So I feel like you go to a bigger city for the training. Okay. And I feel like, but it feels to me that this is more because I keep seeing your hands, and when I see someone's hands, that is usually healing through energy, Reiki, even massage does it. But I keep seeing more of your hands than saying you're sitting down doing intuitive readings, unless you are going to use more cards. So because it feels like your hands want to be busy.
Yeah, it's more of a healer, is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up too. It's just more of that healing modality. But I also feel that you could do that, and you could end up working where you are. But again, I just need you to know, a year from now, when you're in a bigger city doing this more, or going to an outside city, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that Colby, she was right. I am in a bigger city.
Right.
What big city is near you? Where you are?
I'm about 25 minutes away from the city, Chicago.
Yeah, see, they don't make me think I'm crazy here, Brandy.
No, I'm sorry if I didn't.
I think you're gonna. I feel
Today's my 22nd year anniversary. I was wondering if you've seen anything with me and my husband.
well, I gotta be fair to everybody. So, because it was a
sorry.
rapid
Nope.
fire, so I have to be fair. Otherwise, then I'd have to do a full
problem.
reading for everybody. I'm really sorry, but for the career,
problem.
for the career, I just feel like I want to tell you to start training, but to expand it. And there's something in Chicago where I see you starting to learn and work as well. So again, even Chicago, even if you're going twice a week or something, it's not too far of a drive for you to go and do it. So it feels good. I will just say, you and your husband are fine. You don't need to worry about that. You're going to be okay. All right.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You
Thank
are
you for all
so
your work.
welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you for all your help with everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. I know. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a stickler, but I just want to make sure we get as many calls as we can. But I'll have to do a show where they're longer, because that's always fun too. It's always fun to sit and just chit chat with people as much as you can. So, all right. How about we do 24? Is that 303? Okay. Hey, 303, you're on the air.
Hi, Colby. My name's Katie.
Hi, Katie. How you doing?
Pretty good, thanks.
Yeah? Would you have a question for me tonight?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could give me some guidance on a new business that's starting up and maybe where I should focus. What kind of skills I could bring to it.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting, Katie, is I really feel like you are going to bring fresh ideas to this new business. Like, I keep feeling like you are going to be the mass organizer. So it's like you logistically know how to put everything into it. And I just feel like it's also interesting too. Can I ask, do you also do healing, or we've been talking about this, or spirit work? Because for some reason that just popped in too, which seems odd that, with what else I'm seeing, but I just want to ask about it.
Yeah, that's what the business would focus on.
Perfect. Okay. That's so weird, because I'm like,
So I've been doing mediumship for about a year.
Okay.
But there's other things I'm so interested in that I don't know what I should focus on when the business starts.
Oh, got it. Well, here's the interesting thing is, so yes, for the mediumship and that part of it, but you're going to also be doing like some of the marketing or organizing, advertising. Like, you're going to be part of that too. Like, there's something in that creativity that is really fun for you. And so I feel like there's going to be like two sides. I think if you were to do mediumship all the time, it would be good, and you could, but I think the creativeness of, how do we put this out there, and let me help with that, and almost social media stuff. Like, you might end up being more of the organizer and the social media advertising marketing guru of this new startup, this new company. Is there a couple of you doing this or something?
Yeah, it's a group of us.
Okay, because it feels like what I see with it is just make sure, like, again, you're all going to work together. But I also feel like, there's always going to be different opinions, because I feel like there's different personalities coming into this. They feel very different, And so it's just a matter of everybody respecting each other, not letting ego kind of come into it. And then I think it's about being clear that, all right, who's good at this is going to do this, who's good at this is going to do this, and really trusting kind of those roles, because I feel like that's what's going to make this so strong. Because it feels really good. It feels super positive, but I have this feeling you're gonna be the marketing, advertising organizer of this startup here.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you see anything with tarot cards by chance?
For you, or
do that.
Oh, for you, I'm sorry?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to just stay with mediumship, because, I mean, your intuition is super, super strong. You feel very clairvoyant. So I would absolutely, use that as part of what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with being able to offer an additional service if it's something you enjoy doing. You don't necessarily need those tarot cards. I mean, if you want to use them, but you don't actually need them. You feel to be very, very clairvoyant to me. So
Yeah, it's a little crutch.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's okay. Listen, some people like it. I mean, listen, some people really enjoy seeing them as well. But I just want to encourage you that you don't need them. Okay?
Yeah, thanks, Colby.
You're welcome, Katie. You have a good night, hon.
You too.
Bye. Okay, how about let us do what other one? How about 405-25? Yeah. Okay, 405. Hello. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hello,
Hello.
this is Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, can I answer a question for you?
Sure.
Do you have a question, Sharon, or no?
Yeah, I was just wanting to know if have a message from my son.
Okay, hang on one second, okay? Let's just see if we'll see if we can kind of pull him in and see if it starts to resonate for you. And if not, then there's not much I can do, okay? Fair enough for you, Sharon?
Yes.
Okay, I am seeing a younger, so it feels like it's been some time since your son passed because I feel like he's younger when he passes. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, and I feel a very sudden passing with him. Is that also correct? Because I just feel like it's kind of one day I'm here and one day I'm in the spirit world.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. He's also giving me, would you connect an accident to this passing as well? Because I feel like there's an accident around this passing. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, and I do get this feeling where, I'm going to ask though, is there a motorcycle connected to this or your son with a motorcycle as well? Do you connect to that?
No.
Okay. Do you understand something with his head not being protected? Or a seatbelt not being on. There's just some level of not being protected. Yeah. Okay, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he keeps showing, but he had nice hair, your son, Ness. Because he's showing me great. He must have really liked his hair or liked doing his hair because he's got lovely hair.
Yeah.
And he also gives me the feeling of he reminds me a bit of kind of that Scott Baio look back in the day. Do you know who Scott Baio is? That kind of feathered hair look.
Yeah.
Does that make sense around your son?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. He gives me this feeling of being a little bit of a romancer.
Yeah.
I think he's and I will say, as sweet as he is, I think he did like his pants a little tight. But he's super precious. I could see he's very infectious. He's so infectious, and I feel like just people who knew him would always say to you, oh, he's a good boy. You've got a good boy on your hands, Sharon, and
Yeah.
And I do feel like it was, it was hard for you. I feel like raising him, just because he does feel, he's a boy. So I feel like it was a little hard for you to raise him, but he was a good kid. Like, I think you knew he was always a good kid, So, but he also keeps just giving me this feeling around him of, is there a Richard connection? Can I ask you, Sharon, the name Richard in the family, living or in spirit, or even as a middle name?
No.
Are you sure, Sharon?
Yeah.
I want you to think.
I don't know where it's
All right, I want you to think about it, and if it does connect, you got to put it in the Facebook comments for me. Okay, fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay, because I keep seeing the letter R, so I don't know if it's, but I keep seeing R over and over. So you don't connect to the.
He has a brother with an R.
And what's his brother's name?
Randy.
Okay, thank you. Because I kept seeing the R, so I thought it was Richard, but it's Randy. Got it. Thank you. I just feel like your son definitely just wants to step forward, and I know you always miss him, and you're always thinking about him, and that's never going to go away, but he's also just letting you know that he's okay, And I also feel like again, it gives me the feeling that there's an anniversary, maybe an anniversary of his passing coming up. So is the anniversary of his passing coming up, can I ask?
No, him and his wife's anniversary's coming up.
Okay, thank you, because I do feel like there's an acknowledgement of an anniversary, and then I keep seeing the letter S, and I felt like that was something connected to the month of September. So would you know if the month of September is also...
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense to you?
He passed in September.
Okay, thank you very much.
He passed in September.
Okay, thank you. I want to let you know that he lets us know that he's okay. There's also he also brings me to a younger person in the living. So did he have a child? Can I ask? Because he keeps drawing my. Okay. Would he have a son though? Do you understand him having a son?
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like I do feel like he wants to acknowledge his children as well. Okay. And I do feel like he just really just comes forward. I'm glad he came forward, which is really fun. But he lets us know that, Mom, he loves you. He really, really loves you, and he is around you. But he's also very, he's with his children a lot. So maybe if you could somehow pass that on, that is with them, and Dad's always kind of like protective of them. Okay.
He loved his children.
Yeah, he really acknowledges them. So it makes me feel like, is there actually a daughter and a son? Is that what he has, a boy and a girl?
Yes.
Yeah, because I saw one boy, and then I kept seeing long hair, and I'm like, okay, I think that's the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, I wonder, were they around the age of 8 or 9 when he passed? Can I ask? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like he just acknowledges.
6 and 7.
Okay, close enough for me. I just felt like I could kind of see them. And he gives me this feeling of letting us know that he is with them. Maybe you could let them know. And I just feel like he wants everybody to know that he had a happy life, and he loved being a family man, okay?
Yes.
All right, Sharon, you have a lovely evening, and I'm sorry for the loss of your son, but it is beautiful to know that he is still very much with us, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sharon. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, that's hard, huh? Oh. It's hard. It's hard. Kids, lose a parent, or a parent loses a child. All these relationships, when we lose someone, there's no, the grief is there. And especially for the parent who loses the child, I think that grief is always there. As much as we want to help someone and encourage them to be happy, I think there's always a piece of them that wants that their child with them. Let us do another caller. Yes. How about number 7? I can't read that though. 847. Number 7. This is 847. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, this is Jillian.
Hey, Jillian. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Is it Julian or Jillian?
Jillian, like Jill.
Yep, got it. Do you have a question for me tonight, honey?
I was just wondering, like, what you see, like, job-wise. I mean, my job right now is kind of making me, like, really depressed. And I don't know if you see anything or, like, have any advice on it.
Well, usually, the thing is when we're in a job that is kind of not on our purpose or our path, we can definitely get very depressed around it, right? So that usually is your truth stepping forward to let you know that it's probably time to go in a different direction. I don't know if it's really doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, you have to decide, but I almost think it's what you're doing, not who you're working for. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I would love, it's interesting. I definitely feel like you should be doing something creative. definitely something energetic for sure, so anything that involves that, like I think if it's more books and numbers and paper calculators, I don't think you're going to be as happy. Files, I don't think you're going to be as happy. Because some people are really, really good at that, but I really see you being more creative. I'll tell you what, Jillian, there's just a few things. I don't know if you ever thought of teaching, but man, you'd be an amazing teacher or working with people, because you feel to be so patient to me, very, very patient and loving and understanding. And I just feel like doing something like, so counseling in any way that we do that, whether that's spiritual counseling or traditional counseling.
I'd love that.
Yeah, it just feels like you working, and I'd love to see you work with even younger people. I just feel like you'd be so great with that younger person, because again, your patience and your joy. I really feel like that sparkle would come back into your eye. Okay. And it feels like you have time to go back to school and train and do what you need to do. I would encourage you to, think about making those changes in your life, because it just feels like you're still so young in the process of work that, this would be a good time to kind of say, you know what, I'm done with this one. I'm going to move on. Okay.
Yeah. I would love that. That would be amazing.
Well, then you might as well get started on it, honey. There's no time like the present to live our purpose.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to be great. It's just, take some classes, do the training that you need to do. But I feel like it's going to be very, come to you very, very naturally. And you're really, really going to enjoy. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do it, okay?
You see it happening?
Yes. Well, it's up to you. I'm going to say no if you don't say yes. It takes your yes, but it takes your yes. So your yes moves it forward. And I absolutely believe that that's what will happen. But I keep wanting to encourage you to have courage, because I just feel like it's hard for you to make choices and changes. So I feel like that's where I want to kind of nudge you a bit, okay?
Yeah, school-wise, it's hard.
You can do it. You can do it. Trust me. You can do it, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Bye, hon. You guys, listen, I will tell you, I am the first to say, when you change your career and you have to go back to school or there's more training, yes, it feels impossible. And it feels like, how am I going to do it? And it feels like there's so much time. And, I started this professionally 5 years ago. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I just spent 14 years taking every exam under the sun to be a tax manager. And now, but when you are living your purpose, when you are really enjoying what you're doing, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. It is never, ever, ever too late to do something different. It just isn't. All right. How about we try one more caller here? Let us do, 780. Is that 33? Okay. 780. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. It's Michelle. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Michelle. I'm doing well. What can I do for you tonight?
Awesome. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm curious about love. So I went back online on the dating website, even though I've been off for a while, and it seems to be raining men.
Oh, the woe is you. Keep going, Michelle.
So I'm just kind of curious what you see coming up for me, so you can thank you about love, because it's been a long time.
Yes. Okay, so I will just say this. The minute you said that, I saw the letter B. I don't know if it's a Brian or a Brad, but I saw a B, there's a B and then an R in this person's name. So
Oh.
And I mean that like with openness. So, don't sit there and look at every bee profile and say, Colby says it's one of these bees. All right. I need you to, because, if Don steps forward and Don's the one, you got to go for Don. Okay. But
Yes,
I
absolutely.
feel that there's a gentleman stepping forward. This gentleman feels like, and I want to call him a gentleman because he definitely feels like he treats you like a lady. Okay. He definitely makes me feel like he'd been married before though. So I feel like he's been married. I feel like he's got some kids, but they feel a little older. So I don't know if someone in their 50s is appropriate for you, but I almost feel like this gentleman may be in his early 50s or around between 50, 55. Okay. So is that old for you? Are we in that right age for you?
I'm 43. So
oh, perfect.
This is
good then. Make sure when you're looking on your search, then you go out, make sure you go out about 10 years, 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he makes me feel like he's a little bit older than you in that regard. He also gives me the feeling of and I feel like when I tune into the time, this makes me feel like I almost feel like he's around, like you're gonna meet him very soon. Like I don't feel like this is a long process of you meeting him. Because
cool.
It feels like this is even in the next few months. So I wouldn't be surprised even by June if you've already started to spend some time with him. Okay. And
awesome.
There is a sense of romance about him. Now, this is the one thing, Michelle, this is what we got to get you to do. You are Little Miss Independent. I know you're used to being on your own. Yes. I want you to let this gentleman open the door for you. Let him get you some flowers.
Okay.
Let him take you to dinner. You don't have to split it. It's not about going Dutch. Like he's, it sounds like you, doesn't it? So that's so funny. The giggle says it all. But I just feel like, he's gonna like to do things. He likes concerts or music, not more outdoor, kind of outdoor venue kind of things, like picnic with the music. And he definitely makes me feel like he enjoys that sort of thing as well. So, it feels like it's going to be a lot of fun for you. I want you to enjoy it. But listen, honey, if it's raining men, let it rain. It's been a long time. Like, I'd sit there and get a little wet. You don't go need getting that umbrella right away. You just sit there and let it rain, okay? But enjoy it.
I will.
I want you to enjoy it because once you settle with him, settle down with him, it makes me feel like you two are just an absolute couple. So I want you to enjoy prior to him coming in, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Do.
You're welcome. Have a good night,
Thank
okay?
you so much.
Yes.
You too. Okay.
Bye. All right, I'm going to do one more. We got a few minutes here. So here, you're the last one. Sometimes it's the best and the worst, right? You got to go really quick with a question for me. So and it has to be a psychic question. So just because now we're down to 2 minutes. Let us do, I don't know, pick a number, Tony. Okay, there we go. Okay. 407. This is Colby, and you got 1 minute.
Oh my God.
Who is it?
This is Linda.
Hey, Linda. All right, Linda, we got 1 minute, honey. What is your question?
It was a medium question. I just wanted to see if my fiance Chris was around, but I mean. That's it, but I completely get it. You guys have no.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's. You know what? Let's see. You're just gonna try to have to validate super quick for me. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. Would you understand? And you said his name was Chris, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you understand with Chris having a lot of friends? Like, he makes me feel like he's got a solid group of friends. Is that right? Because I feel like he was always really good with people.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, and he also gives me this feeling of liking to I don't want to say fix things, but I almost feel like he would fix things, either helping people, always being there for people, kind of showing up for people. Like, I just feel like he's that loyal, reliable person. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
A little bit.
Okay. He gives me the feeling of being somewhat physical because I keep seeing him move and be physical. So would you understand him being physical or fit?
Not so much in that like gym life, no, but he definitely was all over the place.
Okay. Because I keep seeing his arms move and just being I mean, I definitely know he's active. That's the feeling I keep getting.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. Yeah. Just because I don't have time and we have a show right after us, I do. Okay. I do feel like he's showing me I don't know if you're wearing a ring around his neck, but or some sort of ring, but it keeps showing me the ring for you. So I know you were engaged to him, but the wedding maybe have already been planned or a wedding ring or something because he keeps saying like you were his soulmate. So I do feel like he felt very good about this decision and looking forward. He feels like he's very much looking forward to life with you, very much forward to this. And it feels like this passing is very tragic and unexpected,
Yeah.
Okay. And do you real quick, I just want to ask, do you understand this ring that he keeps showing me or something on a necklace that you may wear?
It's a ring that because we were engaged, but he didn't get a ring, and because I wanted a cameo ring, I love antiques. So he never got to actually purchase it, and we were talking about it right before he passed. So his mom bought it for me because she felt like she kept having dreams about it.
There you go. Yeah, so I want to acknowledge that he knows about the ring, and he's very and he's so happy that you have this ring, and always know that you're his soulmate. And again, I have to go, but at least I hope that was okay. I'm so sorry.
No, that was great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night, hon.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's hard. I'll tell you what, you guys, a 1-minute medium reading is so hard because there's so much to build and go on. But unfortunately, my time is my time now, and we have another show coming up. So you can always tune in to UBN Radio and see plus this. But anyhow, thank you guys so much. Don't forget, next week I will be live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Please share and comment and all those beautiful things. And thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.